I'm going to show you a really cool technique using eggs. I'm going to make an egg net. And you've probably seen the egg net at Thai restaurants when they serve pad Thai. It is something that I've always tried to master, and finally I have it down pat. So in a jug, we're going to crack some beautiful fresh eggs. We need about 4 to 5 eggs depending on how many egg nets you want to make. In general, we say 1 egg per net. And we're going to give this a really good whisk, and we don't need to add any flavourings at all to them. So 1 more egg, and combine those egg yolks and egg whites until they're completely mixed in together. Excellent. Okay, now I've seen a few different ways of making egg nets. Traditionally, you put your fingers into the egg and then just drizzle that over a non-stick pan. But I find this technique much neater. My chef friend showed me how to do this. Get a squidgy bottle and pour the egg mixture into the bottle. Okay. Lid can go on. And we're going to brush some oil into a large non-stick pan. Don't use a wok for this. You do want to use a really flat, wide pan, just like this one. And be prepared, it may be a little messy, but it's all part of the fun. From a height, we're going to be using a fast motion to just pour the egg in one direction, then the other direction. I did tell you it's going to be messy. And then just let it set. Once it's set, and it takes really no time at all, we can just use a spatula to carefully detach it from the sides, lift it up, and that's the first net done. Now, I always say the first one is never as good as the ones to follow, so it just takes practice. Also, we want to keep those egg nets quite pliable, so just cover it with some baking paper. All right. Next one. Oh, they just get better and better. Egg nets are done, so we can pop them to the side. And now for a really quick pad Thai, in the same pan on a high heat, we'll add the rest of that oil. Pad Thai, fried noodles, so you do need quite a lot of oil for this. And I'll chop half an onion. With your pad Thai, make it your own. Add any type of vegetables you like. I'm going to keep it super basic with some onions and prawn. We'll add this to our oil. Just break them up in your hands, just so they cook much faster and separate. And these are just green prawns. I've deveined, I've taken them out of the shell, and I've cut them horizontally. I love the presentation when they're cut like this, and also they're going to cook much faster. So in they go. Just separate them too. Looking good. And I hate wasting coriander stalks and roots, so we're going to add them too and keep these leaves for later on for presentation. Just finely chop it. It can also go in at this stage. Okay, sprinkle that in. Oh, look at those colours. Give it a toss. Smells great. And now for the sauce. I'm cheating. I'm using a pad Thai sauce that I got from my supermarket. Use a good quality one. And in it goes. About a tablespoon, a generous tablespoon. We need to balance that out, so some sugar. And for some acidity, some lime. And at the same time, we'll add our pad Thai noodles. You'll need about 100 grams of cooked pad Thai noodles. And then you can just follow the instructions on the pack. And we'll coat all of these noodles in the prawns and the pad Thai paste. Looking good. We need some crunch, so peanuts. I've just toasted and finely chopped these peanuts. We'll scatter half of them in now. The rest can be for a garnish. And some bean sprouts. Lots of bean sprouts for some crunch. And a final toss. Let's grab my tongs. that is ready to go. Turn the heat off. And now I want to add the rest of that lime juice just at the end, just for that real fresh zing. Okay, grab a plate. I love a black plate so we really can see the contrast in colours. We'll grab one of these beautiful, delicate egg nets, pop it on the plate, and with some tongs, just going to add our prawn pad thai to one side of it. You can be quite generous with it. Some fresh coriander, and I also have a few mint sprigs here so they can go in. And fold the egg net over, just like tucking the pad thai into a nice cozy bed. I'm just going to carefully move this over so it's centered up. Great. And to finally garnish this, a few more of those chopped peanuts over the top. And some bean sprouts. And just because it's right in front of me, a few of the herbs on top. That looks very professional. Egg nets, they're very cool to do at home. All you need is a squidgy bottle and, of course, lots of eggs.